some more.
Yo, what's good, people? Izzy Max here, back again with another gym defense for the Pokemon Armament League. This week we are fighting Barrels. He is bringing a theme team based on My Hero Academia, which is really cool. I forgot to start recording when I was picking my Mons, but I am leading with Excadrill and Gallade because I am kind of afraid of the Pikachu, also with Fake Out Pressure. I don't want to have to deal with that. And Gallade kind of gives me some utility movements to kind of work around that. As he does lead the Pikachu with a Hitmonlee, which does have Fake Out. So here I am going to decide to go ahead and max the Excadrill. And just go for an ally switch, because if it is G-Max Pikachu, he's probably not targeting the Excadrill in this situation. So here we are just going to max. And this is going to be aimed at the Pikachu. If the Pikachu is Focus Sash, it's Focus Sash. But we do get the Ally Switch off, so we don't see a Fake Out into the Gallade slot. As we do see a Blaze Kick, so that switch was, or that Ally Switch was very good. It does crit, but honestly, it doesn't matter, as I am just going to Max Quake into the Pikachu and go ahead and knock it out. Luckily, it wasn't G-Max, but that was one threat out of the way. That crit definitely didn't matter. And now we do have a special defense boost to move along with the rest of the game. We do get some leftover recovery. But again, my Gallade in this league is not offensive like it was in the VGC league. Out next, I do believe he goes Politoed, if I'm not mistaken. No, he goes Clefable. Here, I'm just going to switch out now. Excadrill is not faster than the Hitmonlee, but it will be here. And I'm almost going to guarantee he's not going to go for a fighting move into the Gallade slot. So this was relatively a free switch, I felt. And then here we do get the Steel Spike into Clefairy. And now we are at +1 defense with the T-Tar, and then also +1 special defense on the Excadrill. With our Focus Sash still intact and the Sand up. As we do just see a Blaze Kick do still really good damage. Hitmonlee does hit pretty hard. But now we are up 2 Pokemon in this match. And I am feeling pretty good about myself. Excadrill does kind of take control of a lot of the mons he does have. Up next, I'm expecting a Mach Punch or something into the Tyranitar, so I am just going to protect it. And I wanted to go for the Turtonator, but I honestly didn't really know what Turtonator does. So here we do see the Mach Punch into the Protect, and I'm just going to Steel Spike and get another defense boost overall. And now T-Tar is +2 defense with the Sand up, so it is boosting its special defense as well. As we do see a Shell Smash. Luckily the Sand is still up, and I don't even know if a +2 Turtonator can outspeed a max speed Excadrill. I'm not really sure on that. But he is buffeted by the Sand, so we did see the White Herb, so I know it's not Focus Sash. Out next, he does have his Toxtricity, which is his G-Max Pokemon. And I just decided to double Rock Slide. It is super effective on both, or it is super effective on the Turtonator. And I wasn't expecting much out of the Toxtricity, because I do have the Sand up, so my special defense is higher on my T-Tar. Also, the Excadrill is at +2 or +1 special defense as well. Sorry, my lighting was really bad. But here, it does good damage. He is able to knock out the Excadrill, which means that this Toxtricity is going to be hitting the T-Tar. And luckily with this, we end up getting the Poison instead of the Paralysis, which really ended up helping, I guess. But that Rock Slide is able to knock out the Turtonator, as we do get a crit on the Toxtricity, but I don't really think it matters all too much. Up next, I do just go into my Haxorus, as it does have a ground move, and it is faster than the Toxtricity. As he goes into the Politoed, This is his last 2 Pokemon, and in this situation I am feeling pretty confident. So I am just going to fire off a Crunch into the Politoed. Not seeing the Politoed set the rain was a big deal. Stopping Tantrum is just going to be able to knock out the Toxtricity. And all that's left is Politoed against the world. But he is going to Scald. We do end up living. We can't get burned because we are poisoned, so that is very helpful. And he does activate my weakness policy. And then Crunch, because Politoed is so bulky, barely lives in, and he's able to recover a bit of health with his Citrus Berry. But this is pretty much all this match wrote. As good and bulky as Politoed is, I don't think it can 1v5 with what I have left. So the first match went really, really well. I think my lead just kind of threw him off, and then I was able to position myself really well with the Tyranitar and the Excadrill, kind of just taking control of the match and destroying his team pretty much. We are going to quickly transition into game 2. I do switch up my lead a little bit because I was expecting a counter lead. So I am leading here Rillaboom and Volcarona. Kind of going to switch it up here. And with this, it's a really good way for me to set up the Volcarona. Unluckily, he actually sent out the Turtonator, which kind of sucks. And I was almost wanting to fake out the Turtonator, but I figured we didn't see Protect in game 1, so let me just fire off a Wood Hammer, which probably would have killed the Politoed, but he is going to Protect, as I am going to get the Quiver Dance off. And I really like the set I brought this week on the Volcarona. It is max HP, max speed, Quiver Dance, and Rage Powder. So we are able to be able to boost our special defense and be able to fire off some really, really good hits. I wanted to attack here with the Volcarona, but I figured it's probably not worth it. So I go ahead and switch up for Rage Powder because I do need to protect the Rillaboom. Rillaboom in this matchup, I'm going to go ahead and lean. Whoa, not that far back. Rillaboom is actually going to be very helpful in this. And with that special defense boost, we are able to live. Yeah, we're going to lean this far back. We are able to live the Scald and Fire Blast onto. It was probably a roll to kill, but it didn't end up doing that. And then we see a lot of recovery from the grassy terrain. And now at this point, I'm not sure if a +2 Bug Buzz will kill the Turtonator or not. But I said, why not? I'm just going to go for it. And then, I don't know if I double it or not. No, I don't. So here we do see the Protect again from the Politoed. He's just cycling, which is really, really good. Kind of saving his defensive wall. As the Bug Buzz is actually able to knock out the Turtonator. Volcarona is so good even without investment. And here we're just getting a little bit more recovery. Not that it really matters. And I think he now sends out Gigalith here, if I'm not mistaken. Because he sees me really needing to get rid of this Politoed. But since he sends this in, I am almost for sure that this would have done more than what it is going to do to the Politoed. Politoed is so bulky. But we do just fire off a Bug Buzz into the Politoed. It does a little more than half, but it is able to eat the Citrus Berry and heal back up. And he was expecting me to actually kill the Politoed, but instead I do just go for the Wood Hammer into the Gigalith and knock it out, taking a lot of recoil damage. And then the Scald does come out, finally killing the Volcarona. It did its job. It was really, really good. It did save Rillaboom from taking that Fire Blast from the +2 Turtonator, which almost would have guaranteed killed it, even though I am Assault Vest. And here, I was really debating whether or not to actually go into the Excadrill, but he does have the Sand up for me, so I might as well take advantage of it. And then when it runs out, I can just go ahead and switch in my T-Tar whenever I need to, as he does switch in Pikachu here. And I know I'm faster, so it's not going to matter. He doesn't have Fake Out Pressure. I almost wanted to double it just in case, because I was almost for sure that the Politoed would Protect. But I just go ahead and end up maxing my Excadrill just like I did game 1. It really had a good matchup against everything my opponent brought. There's the animation. And again, it's not G-Max Pikachu. There is a rule that I broke last game because I wasn't for sure how it was. As we know, this is going to knock out the Pikachu. But you can only have one G-Max per match. So we already seen that his G-Max was the Toxtricity. So he couldn't G-Max his Pikachu, which was very promising because I don't have any redirection now. As my Woodhammer does just go into the Protect from the Politoed. All the leftover or residual recovery, and then my Grassy Terrain is gone, but I still have the Sand and I am incredibly fast. He does just send out his Toxtricity, which is his G-Max Pokemon. The high horsepower from an Excadrill, quad effective, into the Toxtricity. I was almost for sure that it was going to kill. As we do see him G-Max the Toxtricity, and he is running the Throat Spray, which I did give him some pointers and a little bit of a team building, just some advice, since that is, he said, going to be his main, one of his G-Max Pokemon. I said that Throat Spray probably wouldn't be the best choice because you are going to have to take a turn to set that up, since it isn't going to proc in the G-Max form. I'm not going to give details as to what advice I gave him, just in case he takes it into his future matches. But here, the Woodhammer is just going to be able to knock out the Politoed, and now we're in a 5v1 situation. What was his last mon? I don't remember. Oh, it's the Mimikyu. I actually wasn't for sure if I was going to be able to one-shot this, because I knew the Excadrill would be moving first. But here we do see the Shadow Sneak do good damage. Mimikyu isn't the highest attack stat. But here we do break the Disguise with the Steel Spike. Our defense rises. And Rillaboom is a freaking boss. Even without the Grassy Terrain, Woodhammer here is going to be able to knock out the Mimikyu. And we still haven't given our badge away. 3 opponents have challenged, and all 3 have fallen. So I am expecting someone in the next couple weeks to step up and take my badge. I am begging. I'm not going to give it away, but if you can beat me, I will be more than happy to give it to y'all. And that's going to be the end of this. I don't know if I'm going to get challenged again this week. It is rather early. But without further ado, I will see you in the next one. Peace.